now that we have the general checkbox, what I want to do is I need to make it so that there's a group of 3. Because what I don't want to have happen is this. So I'm just going to back out of the checkbox. So what you're going to do is, I'm in scene. Okay, so go into scene, go into slide 4. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to have 3 of them in a row, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to hold Alt to duplicate this. And then, actually, let's go down a little bit farther. Alt to duplicate it again. So something like that, right? So I need to have 3 of them in a row. But I don't want this. When I go to preview it, like let's say there's 3 options. We don't want to have happen is that you can check all of them on. So right, I don't want it to be like, oh, then they could just turn them all on and then they would get it right. So I need to have it so that when I click, let's say I click this one, but then I click this one, it needs to turn the other 2 off. And if I click this, it turns these 2 off. So basically I need to have all of them turn each other on and off as well as themselves, if that makes sense. So that is going to be basically the next bit here, okay? So what we're going to do is let's just go ahead and grab all 3 of these, and let's make them into a thing here so that it's a little bit easier to work with. So we will modify convert to symbol, and we'll just make this a movie clip, and we'll call this 3 checkboxes. Okay, just to have it a little bit easier to work with. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do is this. Inside of this, we need to basically make some event listeners. So I went inside the 3 checkbox things. We need to make some event listeners that are going to basically change that. So what we're going to do is each one of these is going to need a name. So we'll just give this first one, we'll call this checkbox 01. I'm just going to copy that. Control C. Call this one Control V, checkbox 02. And we'll call this one Control V, checkbox 03. Okay, so each one has is 1, 2, and 3. All right, so 3, 2, and 1 is the way I clicked it. All right, so I'm going to select the first one, and what we're going to do is this. We're going to go ahead and we're going to click to go to frame and stop. So click here. I'm going to double click on this, and it's going to give me this. Now this isn't going to quite do what I want because it's going to say this checkbox add event listener, click to go to frame, and stop. But I actually want it to go to. I don't want it to go to itself. This is actually just going to do it right in the timeline we're currently in. We actually want to go into the timeline of the other ones. So to do that, we're going to have to write this slightly different than what they gave us. So it's going to be this dot checkbox. Did I do a capital B on those? I cannot remember now. It needs to be the name, basically. Okay, checkbox. I'm on checkbox 1, so yeah, the capital B's. Okay. Where is it? There we go. So this dot checkbox, and I need it to do, because this is for the first one, so it needs to be for 02 and 03. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to go to, well, we could just take this bit here. Control X, Control V. Go to and stop, and we want to go to and stop on frame 2. Okay. Doesn't seem right, but let me come back to that. All right, so, and then we're going to do that, and this will be checkbox 3, and then we'll remove that. Okay, so basically we're saying go into these other checkboxes and change the frame that those are on. Okay, so let's go ahead, and I'm going to Control Enter to test this. Because we'll do one first, make sure it works, and then we just need to change it for the other ones. Well, let's turn those off. Let's turn both these on. Seems to work. All right, so basically no matter what, it always turns the other ones off. Okay, good. That's what we were looking for. So we're just going to go ahead and do that with the other ones. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to grab the second one here, and we're going to go ahead and click the same thing. Go to frame and stop. I'm going to get rid of the comments here. But now this is on the second one, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and we'll copy this thing here, the one above, Control V. And I'll just do that again, Control V. But this time, this one, because it's the second one, I want to turn off the first checkbox and the third checkbox, right? Because I had the first one, I had to turn off the second and third one. When I'm on the second one, it's going to be the first and third one. And then when I do the third one, it's going to be the first and second one. So we'll grab this, and we're going to go ahead and double click on that. Like so. All right. And then this, we'll just paste this again because I already have it in here. So this is going to be for, this is the third one. So it's going to be 1 and 2. Okay. So basically when we click on the one, it will move the frame of the other one. So let's go ahead and Control Enter. And we will test this. Bring this guy over here. I click on that one. So you can see only one of them can be on at a time. Basically is the idea behind it. Okay, so now we're good. All right, so now we've got that set up. The next thing to do is to actually get the scoring and those elements set up. Okay,